May I now invite the Honourable Minister of State for External Affairs of India, Mr. M.J. Akbar, to please give the Convocation address.
Mr. Amjad Hussain Sayal, Secretary General of SAARC, Mr. Deep Kumar Padhya, Ambassador of Nepal to India and Visitors Nominee, Dr. Kavita Sharma, President of this distinguished institution, fellow delegates, and most of all, students. Dr. Sharma, you began by thanking me for being here. It should be the other way around. We should thank you for inviting us. The difference is this, that we on the dais represent the last 32 years of SAARC, and we have just seeing the faces of those who will determine the next 32 years of SAARC. And believe me, the next 32 years are going to be far more important than the last 32 years. It is a genuine privilege being here. But let me start by congratulating all the students who have at their convocation today. Congratulate you not only for your very hard work and the successful completion of your academic program, but most of all, from the little that I see in the process and in the procession, let me congratulate you, because on each face I saw the determination to create a far better world than you have inherited. I also take this opportunity to compliment all those who got the degrees, and particularly those who are the SAU gold medalists for their excellent performance. On a consolation note, for those who didn't get a gold medal, I mean, neither did I. And I can also confirm publicly that you have got your degree after completion of your academic cycle. I think by the time I picked up my degree, 20 or 25 years had passed since I left university. And that actually is the good news, because you're not entering the world in the middle of the kind of turbulence we saw when we left our institutions and tried to find a way forward. But the future that we see today could not have been created except by the faculty and the administration of this institution. And teachers remain the truly unsung heroes of civilization. Civilization itself owes most to the guru, to the teacher, right? And whatever they deserve by dakshina is actually far less than society owes them. I would also like to make special mention of the positive role played by the government of Nepal as the SAARC chair and the visitor of the university. It is only appropriate that the ambassador of Nepal to India is the visitor's nominee today. Friends, for us in India, an ancient saying conveys our philosophy: Vidya Dhanam Sarvadhanam Pradhanam. Vidya, knowledge, dhan, wealth, sarva is the Ved and Pradhan is the West. With this university, we sought knowledge for its own sake, of course, but we also wanted to expand our regional horizons to include knowledge of one another in our region. One of the things that I believe we have lost is knowledge of one another. We cannot change history, but we can still change the future of knowledge. History has left us with too many divisions, but knowledge is the answer to barriers and the fruitful seed that flowers into a regional consciousness. Remember one thing about knowledge. The mathematics of knowledge is unique. It is the only thing that increases and multiplies when you give it away. When you hoard knowledge, you subtract and take away something from yourself. This university has succeeded in 2 short years in translating that vision into reality. It has already produced about 900 scholars. As noted by our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi at the 18th Summit, SUU today partners with at least one academic institution of excellence in each SAARC country. I am given to understand that the number of applications for SUU programs has jumped considerably in 2017-18 as compared to that of the previous academic year. And why is this important? This is important because it is not the people who created this university. It's not even the faculty. It is not the political class. It is not those who belong to the establishment. This is the true endorsement of those whose endorsement is really the most important, the endorsement of students. The applications have increased because word has gone around among the young that this is an institution whose degree they would be proud to acknowledge as not merely as something to keep as framed on their walls, but something that they will cherish as part of their continuing history of development. This is therefore endorsement of excellence by those who measure it best, students. I take this opportunity to thank member countries. I would be even more encouraged if there was some more light. I take this opportunity to thank member countries for their steadfast support to the university and participation in this project. Our institution is hitting critical mass. Friends, physical infrastructure is a crucial element in the success of any academic institution. As you are aware, the permanent campus of SAU is being constructed in Maidan Garhi in New Delhi, with India fully committed to bear 100% of the capital cost, which has been budgeted at this moment at rupees 2,500 crores. The government has identified and allotted 100 acres of land. It is a matter of great happiness that construction of buildings under Package 2 and Package 3 is now in full swing. The university will be able to have its full-fledged curriculum of courses in identified disciplines once the campus is fully operational. Speed is essential because contemporary generations, the young, are impatient as they. Dear friends, students, you enter an epoch which is more exciting, the youngest academic institution in the world perhaps. You have to ask yourself one question as you shape your lives. What are you truly seeking? Are you simply seeking a salary? The answer to that is very simple. For each one of you who is today privileged to be inside this hall, remember that in the whole of South Asia, there are perhaps 100,000 outside dreaming of entering this hall. And if your life I'm not asking you to become a saint, but if your life does not include at least some concern for those who do not have your privilege, who have not shared your opportunity, then your life will not be worth what it should be and what it can be. But as you seek your way forward, I urge you to seek and search for one thing. You are young people. The real challenge for you is to find the road towards modernity. Modernity is an easy word to use. It is a far more difficult word to understand. Modernity is not the clothes you wear. Modernity is not even the science that you study. For me, modernity represents 4 deep, fundamental values. Modernity must have freedom. Many countries got freedom from the British and forgot to transfer freedom to their own people. And freedom is not the freedom exercised by governments. That is a small part of freedom. Freedom is the freedom exercised by individuals. That is the freedom that is the most precious freedom that we must preserve, protect, and enhance. Second, we must all belong. We are a sea of faiths, creeds, opinions, voices. We must ensure that we live in societies which believe in faith equality, not in faith supremacy. It is up to every individual to find his or her way towards the divine. It is not for us to judge whose way is better and whose way is worse. Freedom, faith equality, these are pillars of modernity. Gender equality. You cannot be a modern nation anymore until you have ensured gender equality in society. Women cannot be left behind. Women cannot be also rans. We have not given women the full opportunity that they deserve, and yet you can see in this process and procession that women are coming ahead. But most important, it is not only the academic opportunity that we give to women that is going to shape our future of modernity. It is the social empowerment and the economic empowerment that is going to determine whether we can truly call ourselves modern, truly call ourselves citizens of the 21st century or not. And finally, the 4th pillar of modernity, it must include economic equity. There is nothing called economic equality. Nobody has ever achieved it, and don't waste your time on it. But there must be. But there must be economic equity. This is what I began. We cannot. This SAARC area has the world's largest population of impoverished people. You cannot ever forget that. Within your lifetimes, within the foreseeable future, within a decade, 15 years, you have to eliminate this inherited curse of poverty. And unless that is done, our lives essentially will remain hollow. But I congratulate you in the hope and in the confidence that you will turn our portion of Asia into a modern region with the liberties, with the freedoms that define modernity, and most of all, achieve the freedom from hunger, freedom from uncertainty that still bedevils so much of us. Thank you very, very much for this moment.